Everyone, this is NaturalAmanita channel. Welcome. We're doing a flip through of the Animal Tarot by Doreen Virtue. Here is the box for that. Move that out of the way. Animal Tarot cards. Radley Valentine. This is one of my favorite decks. Actually, it is out of print, unfortunately, so standard tarot card. So each card has like a quote on it and an animal. I'm actually gonna hold the camera to make sure everyone can see everything well. If it's a major arcana or if it is a water or fire and all that. So let me know if you agree with some of the keywords or what it says or the animal. Do you think it all goes together? I think it all goes together pretty well. When you read it, you can go off of what it says, you can go off the image, you can go off knowing what that card is, you can go off the animal and what you know about that animal. So what I did notice with this deck too is that it's a lot of the same figures and images. Like you see a lot of the same, like butterfly, for example, orange butterfly, which can actually be helpful in your reading, because if you see the same butterflies coming up again and again, then you can go off of that too. And of course, when you read, you can always ignore what it says, or you can ignore even the animal. So there's like lots of things to pull off of with this deck. And if you're an animal lover, of course you're gonna love it, because it's all animals, all animal theme. Also, Justice is card 8, and the Strength is card 11 in this deck. So yes, here's the Hermit, the Firefly, the Wheel. I thought this was an interesting wheel card. This one's really cute with the lion and the lamb. I'm not going to comment on every card, but let me know your favorite card. Also, some of them are renamed, like the Hanged Man is Awakening, and the Death card is Release, and the Temperance card is Balance. The Devil card is Ego in this deck. The Tower card is called Life Experience. So yeah, a few cards are renamed. Do you like when decks rename? Personally, I feel, it's something different and something unique. It's called Renewal for Judgment. I don't mind if people rename suits or court cards or any card, to be honest. I think it's interesting to have something different. Because you already know, if you know what the card is otherwise, then you can just ignore that if you want to anyway. So also, interesting is in the fire suit is spring. It's the seasons. It's not like fiery animals just because it's the wand suit. It is obviously, there's water with the otter and the sea turtle. So just because it's wands or fire doesn't mean that the animals themselves are going to be corresponding to that element in this deck particularly. This is nice with the marigolds, right? Those are marigolds, right? So yeah, and which I personally think that, I like that, because I'm feeling like you don't have to stick to only fire animals just because it is wands and it is fire. animals can have an active and, you know, bold nature to them despite not being in the water. You know, you can have qualities of being fiery without being in the actual fire, because fire can be a mental, psychological quality too. So, and same with all the elements. Some of them are interesting. Like this is an interesting one to do for the 2 winter, dachshund dog. So this is my only Doreen Virtue deck. If you were wondering if I have any other flip throughs on the channel, I don't, but yeah. Any Rattly Valentine deck, the artwork is all like the same, it's very similar, so you can get the same vibe of art. Let me know if you like the actual art in the deck too. Because for me, the art style isn't my favorite, but for some reason it is just so enjoyable for me. And it's a good read, like having the quote on the bottom, having the words, having a few keywords with the card. I think that's, you know, something different with your cards, which I appreciate. So of course, feel free to take a pause if you would like to read any of the quotes on here. So the minor arcanas don't have key associations like the court cards do. They just have their quote, whereas the court cards have both. So this deck is a Rider Waite Smith base deck. Although they've changed the name of the elements, you know, summer is cups, winter is swords, spring is fire, and autumn is earth. So, although it has changed that, they're all based off the standard Rider Waite Smith associations. So if you know the Rider Waite Smith system, you can read this deck, I feel. Or if you know about animals, whatever pulls you in to the deck that you are, you know enough about to go off the association. Multiple different breeds of dogs and cats in this deck. There's a few different types of horses and rabbits too. Like the Empress is an Angora rabbit, and this is a Belgian hare. And the King of Autumn is a type of horse, and the chariots were different types of horses. So the king and the chariot are both horses. So that is the deck. Let me know, everyone, what you've thought of this one. And